I'd like to now call on Mr. The Honourable Tony Robinson, MP, Minister assisting the Premier of Veteran Affairs, representing the Premier today. Thank you.
That's Councillor Gary Norton as Mayor here at Swan Hill, and his fellow councillors. To Colonel David Shields, representing Chief of Army General Peter Lay. To parliamentary colleagues, Peter Walsh, who in this part of the world needs no introduction. To Murray Thompson, the opposition spokesperson on Veterans Matters. The federal member for Mallee, John Forrest. State RSL representative Peter Byrne, local RSL President Barry Townley and members of the sub-branch. Distinguished guests, the most distinguished and most important of which of course are the numerous members of a very distinguished family, the Hutchins family, and I know there are many here today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm very honoured to attend today on behalf of Premier John Brumby, and the Premier has asked that I read this message, which I will now do. The lost lives of 4 Hutchins brothers, Alan, Eric, David and Fred, represents the greatest single family loss as a result of war in Australia's history. World War II left the Hutchins family devastated, with the loss of 4 of 7 brothers who enlisted in 1940 and 41 to selflessly protect their country and the Australian way of life. This memorial not only recognises the human sacrifice shown by these 4 brave brothers, but is a poignant reminder of more than 39,000 Australian lives which were lost in World War II. These young men and women will never be forgotten by the people of Australia, forever remaining in the hearts of their family and friends and the broader community. It is timely to recognise the selfless commitment that the Hutchins brothers and many thousands of Australian servicemen and women and their families made during World War II. There is no doubt that their memories will live on within the Swan Hill community. I commend the Swan Hill Rural City Council in conjunction with the Hutchins family for erecting this memorial plaque in memory of the 4 Hutchins brothers. Mary and Myrtle, the 2 surviving sisters of the Hutchins family, are also here today to commemorate the loss of their brave brothers. Plaques such as this express the gratitude and respect we pay to those who sacrificed their lives, often in distant parts of the world. As time passes and our veterans grow older, it is important to maintain the legacy of their sacrifices and service to Australia and its people. John Brumby, Premier. Following today's commemoration, I will be very pleased to present that letter to Myrtle and Mary. Can I conclude by thanking Council for staging today's event and the opportunity for me and my colleagues to attend. It does allow us to give practical effect to the promise we make to ourselves and others every time we utter those solemn words, lest we forget. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony, for those words. I'd like